Daphne, Alabama, Bayside Academy Sports Complex as we get ready for baseball on your, what is this, Monday afternoon, I believe it is. First day of April. Davidson taking on Bayside Academy, an 8-13 Davidson squad and a Bayside Academy team that has not lost since the 13th of March. Aiden Scott stepping in to start it off for Davidson. Taking a look at that lineup, Hudson Spivey is batting second. Beck Piper is the 3-hitter for the Warriors. Brian Davis fourth. Jaden Bush, the 5-guy. Braden Baser is batting sixth. Gus Jones seventh. Julian Portella is the 8-hitter, and Trent Hughes in the 9-hole. As that one is lifted towards left field, but foul by Aiden Scott. Bayside Academy's got David Lilly on the hill. Behind the plate, Weston Hanneman. At first, you'll find Wills Norton. The second baseman is Teague Broadhead. Shortstop, Gatlin Pitts. Carson Joyner at third. In the outfield, Miller Stokes is in left. Center fielder, Tate Moore. And the right fielder is Maxwell Powell. A little bit outside with the offering. And your count will run to 3-1. Hudson Spivey is on deck. Good to have you watching. As your coverage is brought to you by Cunningham Bounds, fouled out of play. I think David Kane is in Montana this week. So, David, if you're watching out in Big Sky Country, where I guess it is, 4:35, I think, in the afternoon. Good to have you aboard wherever you're watching. 3-2 count. Here is the payoff. A little bit outside with the offering. Scott given a walk. And he will trot down to first. Base runner aboard for Davidson. Last time I did a ball game involving Davidson was when a Coach Harrell was there. As a matter of fact, I went into the dugout and said, "Hey, was Coach Harrell just prior to you?" He said, "No, that was, I think, Williams." Okay, before Williams? No, that was, so it had been years. I was thinking it was 2 or 3 years, and apparently it's been about a decade since doing a game involving the Warriors. It has been about a week since doing one involving Bayside Academy. Good to be back, and congratulations to all the seniors who were recognized in pregame ceremonies. Outside with a pitch to Hudson Spivey. Count runs to 2-0. Lights on. A little overcast, but according to forecasters who are wrong 50% of the time, which, of course, I guess that means they're right half the time, too. No precip expected. I took them at their word and left all the electronics out in center field, subject to rain. Top of the first, base runner at first, and Spivey batting. Beck Piper on deck. Throw down to first. That will ricochet off of the mitt of Norton, but not far enough to convince Scott to go to second. And the count runs 3-0 on Spivey. Coastal North Meridian College softball has just wrapped up. And it took 9 innings in what typically is a 7-inning game for Coastal North to knock off Meridian in the nightcap. Meridian won the opening game of 2. And North wins the second extra inning game. 3-1 the count on Spivey. Three and two, down to first, picked off is Scott. He just got so far off the bag, Hanneman said, "I gotta try it." Picks him off over at first. And the walk is negated with a pick. And the count 3-2, full on Spivey. A little high and away with a pitch to Spivey. He'll be given a walk down to first. So a base runner aboard as Beck Piper makes his way to the plate. Brian Davis moving to the on-deck circle. We also head to Orange Beach on Friday for the doubleheader between two of the top two teams in the state in Bayside Academy and Orange Beach. Twin bill with a 4:30 first game and a 6:30 nightcap. And I think they play here on Thursday prior to the Friday matchup. 1-0 pitch. That is on the outside part of the plate to Piper. So we will do the Friday doubleheader in Orange Beach. And the Thursday night single game is played here. There's a swing and miss by Piper. And originally we had a game on Thursday night in Birmingham. That has changed as of today. But I think we're still set for a Friday doubleheader in Orange Beach. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Out will go Piper. And Lilly will pick up his first K of the game. So Lilly taking care of Piper. One away with a base, make that two gone with a base runner at first. Good looking pitch to the outside part of the plate, and Piper chases. Two away for Brian Davis. Jaden Bush to the on-deck circle. David Lilly finding his groove, strikes out Piper. First pitch called strike to Davis. Mentioned a little bit of a breeze, not substantial, but it is picking that flag up in center field and pulling it off the mast a bit. That was close again, but just a little bit high. 75 degrees currently. Those winds are out of the south at 10, gusting to 18. Currently 7 degrees above normal, but that will change. As you got a 2-strike count on Davis. Wednesday and Thursday cools off noticeably. One ball, couple of strikes. Swing and a miss and an outside pitch, back-to-back Ks for Lilly, and that will put an end to the inning. One runner gets on, one runner is left on. We head to the bottom of the first with the Admirals coming to bat.
Firm was started in 1958. When I started in the early 90s, this firm was already well established and was considered one of the top trial firms in the country. And in the history of this firm, we've won over $26 billion in verdicts and settlements. Our success speaks for itself.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for two on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. There's that
the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State.
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Bottom of the first, Wills Norton starts it for the Admirals. Gatlin Pitts is the two-hitter. Three-guy Carson Joyner and Teague Broadhead batting fourth. Five-hitter Tate Moore. David Lilly in the sixth spot. Weston Hanneman is the seven-hitter. Miller Stokes hitting eighth. And Maxwell Powell is the nine-guy. Hudson Spivey getting the start for the Warriors. He's the guy on the hill. Beck Piper is behind the plate. Gus Jones at first. Second baseman Trent Hughes. Shortstop Aiden Scott, as that one is sent foul. Braden Baser is at third. The outfield has Brian Davidson left. Center fielder is Jaden Bush, and the right fielder Julian Portella. Norton awaiting the pitch. It's a little bit inside. Nearly got a piece of Norton. Gatlin Pitts waiting his chance next. A slower week this week after a really busy last week. Bayside today, also Coastal North. Softball was today, as I mentioned earlier, wrapped up their doubleheader just a few moments ago, splitting. 2-2 pitch, a little bit outside. Baseball that we had slated for Thursday in Birmingham has been changed to an April 15th date. As that one is sent in the direction of left field, Davis there for the catch, and there's one away.
Up to bat, number 2, Gatlin Pitts.
So one gone for Gatlin Pitts. Of course, Friday, Bayside Academy, Orange Beach, baseball at Orange Beach. Then you got Jesuit Catholic and Holy Cross in New Orleans on Saturday. Boston State, Coastal South baseball Saturday, while Selma Bishop State baseball right across the bay on Saturday too. Carson Joyner on deck. Here is the 0-1 pitch from Spivey. And it goes to 0-2. Bush, Baser, and Jones when you get to the top of the second for Davidson. There's a swing, there's a miss. Out goes Pitts, 2 gone in the bottom of the first.
Up to bat, number 1, Carson Joyner.
That's got Carson Joyner coming to the plate. 2 gone, nobody aboard. Teague Broadhead to the on-deck circle. I will try not to refer to Davidson as the Panthers. My daughter went to a middle school, and the mascot name was Davidson Panthers. But these are the Davidson Warriors from Mobile. And they've got 2 gone with nobody aboard in the bottom of the first. And the key thus far for Spivey has been his ability to get ahead on the count. I think he has gotten ahead on every hitter thus far. 1-1 pitch. And it is 1-2. Admirals trying to avoid a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. Joyner hoping to connect with Spivey. Got a 1-2 count. Joyner just could not let that one go by. It looked like it was breaking maybe to the outside part of the plate. Fouls it away. And we'll take a look at another Spivey pitch. Spivey trying to catch the corner, count even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. Here at the Bayside Academy Sports Complex, off campus. Too far inside and the count is full. Bayside building a reputation of excellence in athletics. 1-2-3 go the Admirals in the bottom part of the inning. Norton with a flyout, Pitts and Joyner strikeout. We've played 1.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
Top of the second, Jaden Bush starts it off. Braden Baser and Gus Jones due up in the inning 2. There you see nothing but goose eggs in the first inning. Baseball is probably the only sport where what some might think of as boring, no hits, no runs, no errors, is actually pretty exciting in the world of baseball. So an early, but very early, pitcher's duel. As Bush will start it off, Baser and Jones will follow. 0-2 on Bush. And Lilly, after back-to-back walks to begin the game, has gotten into a groove. Strikes out Piper, strikes out Davis. Ahead on the count to Bush. Seven-inning ball game, unless, of course, somebody's got a really large lead after 5. Or there's nobody with a lead after 7. Last time we were here, a doubleheader. This is a single game night. Foul back to the screen. Also learned why the second game of 2 last week against St. Michael was St. Michael as the home team. That is because they do not have a home baseball field. So technically, the second game of last week's doubleheader was a St. Michael's home game, played at the Bayside Sports Complex. One and two on Bush. One ball, couple of strikes. Another one fouled back. It doesn't take a whole lot to rattle me anyway, but I'd written out my scorebook. Bayside home, St. Michael visitors. I'm actually surprised I caught it fairly early, an at-bat or two. I can go an inning or two without catching that kind of stuff. Over to third, fielded by Joyner. And it's low and out of the mid at first of Norton. And a runner is on. That is Jaden Bush. I don't know how the official scorekeeper would score that. I'm scoring it as an E3. I thought, even though it was a low Joyner throw, it was catchable on the receiving end. But the official scorekeeper may see it otherwise. So if you look at the box score afterwards and you see a base hit there or an E5 there, they're right, I'm wrong. Baser with a base runner on, 1-0. Gus Jones to the on-deck circle. Lilly with his back turned to the runner and glance over the shoulder to Bush. And that one apparently a little bit high maybe. Looked like a pretty good pitch from Lilly. Two-0 pitch to Baser. Back over at first goes Bush. Bayside now 15-5. Fresh off a sweep over UMS Wright. Davidson trying to get back on the winning track. 8-13 coming in and have lost 7 out of their last 8. So you're talking about a winning record before the last 8 games for Davidson, outside with the pitch to Baser. Bush with his lead over at first. 3-1 Lilly offering. That will go back this direction. Brief look by Hanneman, but it's out of play. Bayside coached by Matt Limbaugh from the Midwest, from Missouri, who I understand is maybe some distant kin to Rush Limbaugh. Outside with a pitch and a walk given to Baser. And you got a couple of base runners on. We do a lot of JUCO stuff, and the Davidson coach with some JUCO ties played at Alabama Southern when they became Coastal North. And of course, was under the tutelage of Daniel Head, who is now the AD of all the Coastals. Gus Jones with a couple of base runners on. It is bunted foul by Jones. Julian Portella moving to the on-deck circle. I mentioned baseball in New Orleans on Saturday. Jesuit Catholic and Holy Cross. That is part of the Association of Catholic Coaches and Athletes, as that one is butted foul too, which will also have a game on, I think it is Wednesday, the 10th in Nashville. Might be the 9th. Nothing in 2, the count on Gus Jones. Let's see if Coach calls off the bunt sign with a couple of base runners aboard, one in scoring position. Strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Third strikeout of the game for David Lilly. The prior 2 got hitters swinging. This one gets Jones looking. And there's one away for Julian Portella. Trent Hughes moving to the on-deck circle. Not a good time to spin and throw. Bush was edging his way towards second. But instead of a pickoff throw, that was more of a stay close to second throw by Lilly. Foul back this way and out of play. Seniors recognized in pregame. Maxwell Powell, Miller Stokes, Tate Moore, Wills Norton, David Lilly, Teague Broadhead, Carson Joyner, and Gatlin Pitts, all honored in pregame ceremonies. Portella, nothing in 2. Four outs thus far in the game for Davidson, and they have all been Ks with the exception of the pickoff of Scott over at first. Ground towards short, Pitts to second for 1, throw on to first. And I think he ruled the runner safe over at first. Throw into the dirt. And you will have Portella safe at first, but he will ground into the 6-4. Bush goes to third, Portella's at first. Bottom of the order, Trent Hughes to the plate. Top of the order awaits on deck. First pitch called strike to Hughes. Admirals will send Broadhead, Moore, and Lilly to the plate when you get to the bottom part of the inning. That is the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Bayside. Nothing in 2 on Hughes. Lilly with a pair of strikeouts in the first. Wouldn't mind a pair here in the second. Got Piper and Davis in the first. Jones thus far in the second. Here's the 0-2. That's on the corner. Strikeouts in the first swinging, strikeouts in the second looking. Davidson stays scoreless as we head to the Bayside second.
You've played some travel ball, you've shared the videos. Mom and Dad can only root so much. It's time to get real interest from the colleges and scouts in your area right where you live. That's why the Showcase Series is different. We're not just another tournament, we're an advancement event where you get real-time exposure with live TV coverage of our games that get you seen directly by the coaches you want to impress from anywhere in the world. Register for events at showcaseseries.org. It's your turn at bat.
Don't forget to follow us, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. And we definitely would love to have you as a subscriber to our YouTube channel. And when you subscribe, you get access to stuff beyond just games. There's a benefit. Not a bad first inning of work for Hudson Spivey. He faced 3 and sent them all down, but he's not the guy on the hill anymore. It's Aiden Scott who steps out to pitch. Spivey, thus, will work an inning, face 3, 2 strikeouts, no walks, no hits, no runs. And he will hand it over to the former shortstop, Aiden Scott. So Scott and Spivey swap spots. I don't know if that's part of the game plan, just work a pitcher for an inning or 2, or if there was some issue where Spivey was concerned that he could continue in the game but just couldn't continue to pitch. I guess we will find out the later we go into the game. So it is Scott who will pitch to Broadhead. Here in the bottom of the second, Tate Moore and David Lilly due up in the inning 2. First pitch inside to Teague Broadhead. And the official making sure that all players are in dugout with the exception of the on-deck hitter. And that is Tate Moore who waits his opportunity next. Popped up. And it will get out of play into the stands. Over to get it if it dropped on this side of the screen was Piper, but it doesn't. Count even at 1 on Broadhead.
Yeah, ice cream. Man, I'll get like a hand cream.
Broadhead, another one of those seniors that was recognized in pregame, and he's headed to the University of Southern Miss. Good baseball program there. And there is I got a tie. A classmate's son is one of the assistant coaches at the University of Southern Miss. Not sure of his first name. Last name is Creel. 1-2 pitch. Tate Moore and David Lilly due up in the inning 2. 1-2 pitch. A little bit outside, and the count evens up. The guy on the hill for the Warriors will be the guy at the plate when the 3rd inning begins. 1, 2, and 3 headed to the plate for the Warriors in the 3rd. A little high with a pitch to Broadhead. The count runs full. Admirals looking for their first base runner here in the bottom of the 2nd. 3-2 payoff pitch from Scott. Broadhead awaits. Popped up high into the air, shallow right field. And coming in to make the catch is Julian Portela, calling off his second baseman, Trent Hughes, who had drifted out to make the catch.
Number 7, Tate Moore.
And Broadhead out number 1. Fourth Admiral in a row, retired. Tater coming to the plate. Tate Moore. Headed to the University of Auburn in the fall. That will be fouled away. A little bit of everything in football, a little bit of everything in baseball. This one is ground towards third, fielded by Baser. Tall throw at first. On his way to second is Moore. And he says, heck, why stop at second? Goes to third. Throw just a little bit behind, I thought, Moore, but he's going to be tagged out.
That's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Well, let's see if we see anything different than what the umpire did.
At bat, number 19.
Kind of hard to tell from that angle, but he's got a better view than I. Says Moore is out at third. So 2 gone with David Lilly to the plate. Couple of strikes on Lilly. Weston Hanneman moving to the on-deck circle. Scott Spivey and Piper in the third for the Warriors. Here's the 0-2 offering from Scott. Trying to get Lilly to chase. Lays off the pitch, 1-2. 1-2 offering. That is, if not foul tip, swung on and missed. Not sure which, but nonetheless wound up in Piper's mitt. And Scott will wrap it up with a K. 1, 2, 3 go the Admirals. 6 straight. Set down by Davidson pitching as we head to the third.
Firm was started in 1958. When I started in the early 90s, this firm was already well established and was considered one of the top trial firms in the country. And in the history of this firm, we won over $26 billion in verdicts and settlements. Our success speaks for itself.
We'll all be gone for the summer. We're on safari to stay. Tell the teacher we're serving USA. Pacific Palisades. We're sailing over Yanson. Redondo Beach, LA. All over Ohio. At Miami Bay. Everybody's gone serving USA. Serving USA.
Top of the third, top of the order. Aiden Scott starts it. The starting shortstop, now pitcher, And the starting pitcher now, shortstop, is on deck, Hudson Spivey. Meg Piper due up in the inning, too. 2 innings in, no base hits, no runs scored. And Aiden Scott will get a second look at David Lilly, who has now faced all of the Warriors. On the outside part of the plate to Scott, who walked in the first. Hanneman, Miller, Stokes, Maxwell Powell. When you get to the bottom of the third for Bayside, a little high with the pitch, and the count evens at 1. One ball, one strike. Leadoff hitter in the third, too high, 2-1. .74 degrees currently as this one is sent towards left field. That will drop in front of Miller Stokes, and there's the game's first base hit. It comes from leadoff hitter Aiden Scott. Base runner aboard for Hudson Spivey. Sun will set at 7:10. No rain expected until maybe tomorrow. Visibility 14 miles, humidity at 81%. It is the hit and run, and that is flown out to left field. Stokes will get it, tries to get it back over to first, but able to get back safely is Scott. Spivey with the flyout. One out for Beck Piper. And just in case you're interested in this kind of stuff, moon rises at 2:28 tonight. Got an eclipse coming. I haven't read up on it. I just hear people talk. Okay, I hear my wife talk. Outside with the pitch and off to second goes Scott. He'll be in with a stolen base. And it's not that I don't listen to my wife, but I don't remember if it was a lunar or solar eclipse. I don't remember when it is or where it goes. I just remember her mentioning it. A little outside with the offering, 2-0 to Piper. Piper struck out in the first, one of 4 Ks in the game for Lilly. Back safely at second is Scott. Warriors have had a runner 90 feet away, and they got Bush to third in the second. And for the second time in the game, have somebody in scoring position here. .2-0 pitch from Lilly. It's too far outside, 3-0. Hanneman, Stokes, and Powell in the bottom part of the inning. One out, one aboard here in the top of the third. Down to second with the throw, able to get back safely is Scott. Given the walk is Piper. And a couple of base runners on for Davidson. That is walk number 4 for Lilly as Coach Limbaugh comes out to have a conversation with his starting pitcher. And apparently that is going to do it for David Lilly, who will head to the University of Auburn in the fall, where he plans to study computer science. He will work 2 1/3 and hand it off to a new admiral when we return.
frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angels. Lonely as I am, together we cry.
Miller Stokes, the new pitcher. David Lilly will work 2 1/3, face 12. 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, 1 hit given up. Leaves with a couple of base runners on. And Miller Stokes will step in to try to shut down the Warriors in the top of the 3rd and have that number under the R column on Lilly's stat sheet as a goose egg. First pitch a little bit low to Brian Davis. Davis, one of the 4 Lilly strikeouts. Of course, Miller Stokes coming in from left field, which means we've got some defensive changes. Stokes now pitching. Wills Norton moves from first to left, and David Lilly moves off the bump to first. 2-0 pitch to Brian Davis. And it is 2-1. Jaden Bush to the on-deck circle. So we are barely into the 3rd inning, and we've already seen 4 different pitchers. Spivey and Scott for Davidson, Lilly, and Stokes for Bayside. Sent to center field, that is too shallow to go. Staying put at second is Scott. And Tate Moore making the catch in center for out number 2. Two gone for Jaden Bush. Bush reached on an E3 in the 2nd, 0 for 1 in the game. Braden Baser to the on-deck circle. Strike delivered on the outside part of the plate to Bush. Oh, 1 pitch. Count evens up at 1. One ball, 1 strike. 2 gone, 2 on. Top of the 3rd. A little bit outside to run the count 2-1. It was pretty much overcast for the better part of the afternoon with the sun before it sets. Breaking through the clouds as that is fouled away by Bush. Seems like baseball season just got underway, but it's already about to wrap up at the high school level. Midway through the month of April. Your high school playoffs kick off. In the state of Alabama in JUCOs, you got 2 divisions, 1 and 2. 2 will wrap up their season and get into the conference tournament at the end of the month. And D1 will start their postseason tournament the 1st of May. And of course, the collegiate baseball will bring you into the month of June. Count even at 2. Bush able to get just a piece of it and stay alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full slate of Major League games today and several in progress. 2 have wrapped up. Braves knocked off the White Sox 9-0. Cubs beat the Rockies 5-0. Another 2-2 offering. That is sent towards Tate Moore in center field. He'll back up a little bit, make the catch, and Bush will fly out, leaving 2 stranded. We're headed to the bottom of the third, bottom third of the order, coming up for Bayside.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
And reminder, want to watch the game later? That is not a problem. Go to the website. There'll be a link there to click and watch really anything in a spring special going on where you can click on a link and subscribe today and watch anything that we have for one, of course, ridiculously low price. Bottom of the third, it'll be Weston Hanneman starting it off. Miller Stokes and Maxwell Powell coming to the plate. And apparently this is going to be the routine for Davidson, a new pitcher every inning. And I do not have a first name for the gentleman who takes to the hill, but I do have a last. It is Cowan. Aiden Scott will work an inning, face 3. 1 strikeout, no walks, no hits, no runs. And hands it over to Cowan. And Cowan apparently will work the 3rd, and we'll see somebody else work the 4th. Count even at 1 on Hanneman. Which, of course, adds to the length of the game. The warm-ups of a new pitcher, they get more warm-ups than say, a existing pitcher. So thus it has taken about an hour to get to the bottom of the third. Foul out a play by Hanneman.
Wait on it.
Have a good crowd on hand to watch Bayside Academy baseball. They've got good fan base. That's a good-looking pitch. Broken into the strike zone, gets Hanneman.
Up to bat, number 25, Miller Stokes.
2 gone for Miller Stokes. Miller Stokes, another of the 8 recognized in pregame, and another attendee of Auburn University after wrapping up play here. Auburn was the common theme in the seniors. Had an Auburn, or a bunch of Auburns. Had a Southern Miss, had a University of Louisiana Monroe, had a Samford, and I think everybody else were War Eagles. And a shot in the direction of center field. Jaden Bush back a few. Miller Stokes out number 1. Took a little tumble around first, but apparently okay. It's humid. It's a slippery bag at first. And there's 2 gone.
Number 16, Maxwell Powell.
Bottom of the order, Maxwell Powell coming to the plate. Wills Norton moving to the on-deck circle. First pitch called, strike to Powell. Davidson in the 4th sends 6, 7, and 8 to the plate. Baser, Jones, and Portella. Couple of strikes to Powell. Count goes to 0-2. That is ground towards third. Baser drops it. Throw over to first. It is not in time. And Powell will get on. He'll be the first Admiral to do so. So we are back to the top of the order.
5,
Wills Norton next.
Norton.
Wills Norton planning to major in finance when he heads to Auburn. Off and running is Powell, and he's tagged out. So the Admirals get a runner, but he doesn't stay aboard long. Takes off on the first pitch, tagged out in second, and it still turns into a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the 4th, mid part of the order for the Warriors.
Was started in 1958. When I started in the early 90s, this firm was already well established and was considered one of the top trial firms in the country. And in the history of this firm, we won over $26 billion in verdicts and settlements. Our success speaks for itself.
with a broken jaw. Step outside, but not to brawl in. Autumn sweet wind, call the fall out. Make it to the moon, never have to crawl in. With the birds and the cat, it's a lonely view. With the birds and the cat, it's a lonely view. With the birds and the cat.
Top of the fourth, Braden Baser starts it. Gus Jones and Julian Portela due up in the inning two. Miller Stokes, who worked 2/3 of the third, now working the fourth. In a scoreless ball game. Davidson has had a runner to third once. That happened in the second when Bush got there. And the Admirals have had one base runner. So it has been quiet as far as run production is concerned. 1 and 2 on Baser. That is floated over in the direction of right, but out of play. Well, obviously something's got to change sometime tonight. Or we aren't going to be here for a little while. Got a friend that he's in his 80s now, but was a strike three on the inside part of the plate, and out goes Baser. He was an announcer in the Grapefruit League back in the mid-'60s and tells me of a game, I want to think it was with the Red Sox and somebody, that went 33 innings that he called. I told him that was not on my bucket list. I can stick with 7 or 9 and be completely happy. Outside with a pitch to Jones. Julian Portela moving to the on-deck circle. That is lifted in the direction of center field. In will drop in, hit, and roll. Moore will track it down, and the fence on his way to second is Jones. He will get there with a one-out double. So a base runner in scoring position for Julian Portela. That is the second base hit of the game for the Warriors, who had a single in the third and get a double from Jones in the fourth. I think the longest game I've ever called was maybe an 18-inning game, as that one has popped back this direction. And the only reason I'm thinking it was 18 was in that we had 2 games in one. Of course, it might have been 15. 2 7-inning games. Portela ground into a 6-4 in the second. Shoves the bunt over towards Lilly. He'll field, going to first with a throw, and covering there is Broadhead. The sacrifice will go 3-4. It gets Jones to third, but he's there with 2 gone. And Cowan to bat where Trent Jones batted previously. So Cowan, who pitched the bottom of the third, being used as a pinch hitter here in the top of the fourth. Top of the order, Aiden Scott moving to the on-deck circle. Stokes trying to leave Jones at third. Got a couple of strikes on Cowan. Here's the Stokes 0-2. Little high, little inside. 1-2 on Cowan. Top of the order to the plate when you get to the fourth inning for Bayside. Wills Norton, Gatlin Pitts, Carson Joyner. That's actually the bottom of the fourth. Top of the order coming to the plate. That's a good-looking pitch from Stokes. Just froze Cowan in his tracks. Jones left over at third. One base hit, one stranded, still scoreless through 3.5.
In 1995, the Alabama Baseball Coaches Association has held its annual Coaches Convention, where up to 450 high school and college coaches gather to learn more about their craft from some of the best coaches in Alabama and the country. The annual awards banquet is also held during the convention, where standout high school and college players and coaches from the past season are honored for their success. The banquet's highlight occurs when the new Hall of Fame class is inducted and the Distinguished Service Award recipient
Watermelon.
The skies refuse to cry. Nation takes its piece of your supply. The night is dressed like new.
Bottom of the fourth, top of the order for Bayside Academy. We have a carbon copy of the starting lineup for Davidson, so we've taken a vote on a faded 32 on the hill, and we think this is Luker up here in the box. Majority rules, we're going with Luker. Cowan will work an inning, face 3, 1 strikeout, no walks, no hits, no runs. There are a few stats in there that Bayside would love to change here in the bottom of the fourth, and they include the no hits and the no runs. Wills Norton starting it, Gatlin Pitts, Carson Joyner due up in the inning too. Norton flew out to left field in the first. He is 0 for 1 in the game. And all 9 Admirals are 0 for first trip through the rotation, all hoping to change that here with a second look at Davidson pitching. That is hit well towards right field. That will sail over the head of Portela. On his way to second, maybe even third. Norton, he's been told to hold up. Put on the brakes at second. Leadoff double from Wills Norton. And Bayside in business in the fourth.
At bat, number 2, Gatlin Pitts.
Gatlin Pitts with an RBI chance. That is the first base runner at second in the game for the Admirals. So Bayside trying to take advantage of a base runner in scoring position. Showing bunt, pulling back, pitch out of the strike zone, 1-0 to Pitts. Pitts, one of 4 strikeouts in the game. He was struck out by the starting pitcher, Hudson Spivey. Nice bunt towards third. Luker goes to get it, won't make a throw, and instead of a sacrifice, it is a single. And runners on the corners for Bayside.
At bat number 1, Carson Joyner.
So it has become a inning of first for Bayside. First base hit, first base runner in scoring position. First inning with simultaneous runners. And Bayside trying to make it the first inning in which runs plate. Carson Joyner struck out in the first. Called strike to Joyner. Teague Broadhead on deck. Two aboard, nobody gone. Bottom of the fourth. Off and running is Pitts. He'll get in safely with a stolen base. Thought the steal might have been to bait a throw to get Norton in, but he stays put over in third.
The likelihood of him getting home and no out.
0-2 pitch to Joyner. Brought it on the outside part of the plate, and Joyner will strike out for the second time in the game.
At bat number 4, Teague Broadhead.
Teague Broadhead coming to the plate, trying to find something he can drive deep. Get that run in from third. Tate Moore to the on-deck circle. Big at bat for Bayside, trying to get in a run, for Davidson trying to keep that run from getting in. 0-1 pitch. It is dribbled towards short. Should bring in the run. Spivey Fields goes to first, gets the out, but a productive out, as Norton will come in to score from third. Pitts to third in a 1-zip game.
At bat number 7, Tate Moore.
That's a huge run. I know it's just one run, but in a game in which there haven't been a thing, one run might be all you get for the rest of the night. So on at third is Pitts with Norton in, and Broadhead the RBI. Punt laid down by Moore. Throw to first. It is not in time. It will sacrifice and then turn into a single to bring in Pitts from third.
At bat number 19, David Lilly.
Well, a safety squeeze getting in the run. And Broadhead and Moore delivering with RBI at bats. Makes it a 2-zip ball game for the Admirals with David Lilly to the plate. That is floated in the direction of left field. Coming over to make the catch, Brian Davis. Lilly will fly out. But 2 runs are in. Bayside taking a 2-zip lead to the 5th.
Was started in 1958. When I started in the early 90s, this firm was already well established and was considered one of the top trial firms in the country. And in the history of this firm, we won over $26 billion in verdicts and settlements. Our success speaks for itself.
Couple of runs played in the bottom of the fourth. Bayside taking a 2-zip lead into the top of the fifth. Miller Stokes to face the top of the order for Davidson. It'll be his first look at the top of the order. Aiden Scott, Hudson Spivey, Beck Piper all coming to the plate here in the top of the fifth. Well, a reminder, more Bayside baseball on Friday. We head to Orange Beach, Twinville, 4:30 and 6:30. Big ball games on Friday. Plenty of baseball on Saturday, too. As a matter of fact, you're going to want to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads to keep up with all the stuff that's going on. Baseball covering the longest part of the year. As a matter of fact, last year we had at least a baseball game, and typically more, in every month but December. Swing and a miss by Scott. A couple of strikes on Scott, who has walked and singled. Hudson Spivey on deck. That was outside, but not by much. 1-2 on Scott. He walked in the first, singled and stole a base in the third. Strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. And Stokes will pick up his third K of the game. It is strikeout number 7 for Bayside pitching. One out for Hudson Spivey. Fouled back to the screen. Spivey with a walk and a flyout. Beck Piper is on deck. Hanneman, Stokes, and Powell in the bottom of the fifth. Here is the 0-2 offering. Outside 1-2. In the summer, Babe Ruth, Cal Ripken baseball, the Showcase Series, ALA BCA events. That is all after the season ends. And of course, not too far away from the start of football again. Count runs full on Spivey. And at the moment, I know we'll be doing Georgia Military College football, the SIAC. Swing and miss, out goes Spivey, back-to-back Stokes K's. And there's 2 gone with Beck Piper next. Piper has struck out and walked. Bayside trying to turn in their first 1-2-3 defensive inning of the game. And Stokes ahead on the count to Piper. Brian Davis on deck. There's another strikeout for Miller Stokes. 3 go up, 3 go down, and all strikeout victims for Stokes.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
At bat, number 8, Weston Hanneman.
Five innings, 5 pitchers for Davidson. This is Spivey and not Hudson Spivey. Do not have a first name for this Spivey. But he will face Hanneman, Stokes, and Powell in the bottom of the 5th. Luker worked an inning, faced 6, 1 strikeout, no walks, 3 hits and a couple of Bayside runs given up by Luker.
Up the middle, up the middle.
So obviously, Davidson's going to use a pitcher an inning. And obviously Bayside would prefer they only face 6 different pitchers, not 7. Hanneman struck out in the 3rd. Miller Stokes, Maxwell Powell due up in the inning 2. Popped up right side. And over in foul territory to make the catch is Portela.
Up to bat, number 25, Miller Stokes.
So on away from Miller Stokes. Stokes, the starting left fielder, came in to pitch in the 3rd. Back to the plate for the 2nd time in the game. He flew out to center field in the 3rd. Grounds this one to 3rd. Baser too high with the throw, and Stokes is on his way to 2nd. That's where he'll stop. It'll be the E5 that gets him into scoring position for Maxwell Powell.
At bat, number 16, Maxwell Powell.
Bottom of the order, Maxwell Powell to the plate, reached on an E5 in the 3rd and got caught trying to steal 2nd. Wills Norton moves to the on-deck circle. 6th inning for Davidson starts with Brian Davis. Jaden Bush, Braden Baser, all coming to the plate. Little off the mark with a Spivey pitch. Count even at 1 outside. 2-1 to Powell. Bayside trying to win their 16th. Another stellar year in the Bayside Academy baseball program. Of course, stellar these days for Bayside is not just success in the regular season, but the postseason as well. Two and two the count on Powell. Stokes in scoring position at second. Here's the pitch. It is swung on and missed by Powell. And every Davidson pitcher has had at least a K.
Wills Norton.
Spivey had 2. Scott Cowan and Luker 1. And this Spivey 1 as well. Striking out Powell, sending us back to the top of the order. Wills Norton to the plate, 1 for 2 in the game. He's popped out to left and doubled. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is popped up left field. Brian Davis there, able to make the catch, and Stokes is stranded. 4 go up, 3 go down, 1 left on. It's only the second Admiral left aboard. We go to the 6th in a 2-zip game.
Firm was started in 1958. When I started in the early 90s, this firm was already well established and was considered one of the top trial firms in the country. And in the history of this firm, we've won over $26 billion in verdicts and settlements. Our success speaks for itself.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Brian Davis starting off the top of the 6th in a 2-zip game. Jaden Bush, Braden Baser, 2 up in the inning 2. And is socked towards second. Fielded by Broadhead, goes to first. And there is 1 away. Well, thanks to the folks up in the Booth. I mentioned earlier Terry and Denise Krill, I went to school with. Their son is a coach, a hitting coach at Southern Miss. It is Travis Krill, who I think was on a Jones County national championship team. I believe it was Jones that won in Enid, Oklahoma, back maybe in the 2015 range. And now the hitting coach at Southern Miss. Jaden Bush reached on an error and popped out to center field. A little bit outside with the pitch. Pitts, Joyner, and Broadhead coming to the plate when you get to the bottom of the sixth for Bayside Academy. The new pitcher is Jack Calloway, by the way, relieving Miller Stokes after Stokes worked 2 2/3. Faced 9, 5 strikeouts, no walks, and a hit given up. And there is a walk given to Bush. 1 out walk and a base runner aboard for Braden Baser. Baser with a walk and a strikeout. Here's the Callaway pitch. Missing a little bit low for ball 1. Callaway with a glance to the runner. Bush gets on with a walk. Bush has been on twice. Compliments of the Admirals. The error got him on in the second. Walk puts him on in the sixth. 2-0 the count. 2-zip lead. And the tying run at the plate as the pitch is a little bit inside and the count goes 3-0. Baser walked in the second, struck out in the fourth. On the outside part of the plate, Baser taking. And Callaway delivering. Bottom of the sixth, Pitts, Joyner, and Broadhead. All coming up for Bayside. And the count runs full as Callaway battles back. Runs it full at 3 balls and a couple of strikes with a base runner on and 1 away in the inning. Another final of the majors. Pirates have beaten the Nationals 8-4. Games in progress. Royals and Orioles tied at 3 in the bottom of the sixth. Top of the fifth. Marlins with a 4-2 lead over the Angels. Phillies shutting out the Reds 2-zip in the top of the sixth. Rangers with a 3-zip lead over the Rays in the top of inning 6. That is floated to Pitts at short and makes the catch. Quick throw over to first, trying to pick off the runner. Gets away from Lilly on a low and away toss, but hops back and convinces Bush he can't get to second. So it'll be a Baser line out for out number 2. And Gus Jones will make his way to the plate. Tigers and Mets, the only other Major League game ongoing at this moment. It's in the top of the fifth, and it is scoreless. Gus Jones 1 for 2 in the game. That was a good-looking Callaway pitch. Pin it into the strike zone. Women's NCAA basketball, Iowa and LSU, 45 each at halftime. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and out goes Jones. One runner gets on, one runner's left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th with the Admirals looking to add insurance.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Bottom of the 6th gets underway. Gatlin Pitts starts in. Carson Joyner and Teague Broadhead 2 up in the inning.
Number 2, Gatlin Pitts.
All facing Gus Jones, who is now on the hill for the Warriors. Spivey will work an inning, pace 4, 1 strikeout, no walks, no hits, no runs. And Gatlin Pitts, who was struck out and singled, will start it off for the Admirals. One hour 39 into the game. As the pitch is inside on Pitts. And if you're thinking a game that has featured a total of 5 hits and 2 runs, might should have gotten to the bottom of the 6th quicker. That's in large part due to the large number of warm-up tosses. You've had Spivey, Scott, Cowan, Luker, Spivey, and Jones all getting warm-ups for the Warriors. As that one is popped in the direction of right field. Yeah. And able to make the catch and then drop it was Portela. And that has got Pitt standing at 3rd, compliments of the E9. Portela got there and then just didn't hang on.
At bat, number 1, Carson Joyner.
Hits at 3rd for Carson Joyner. Joyner has struck out twice, once swinging, once looking. Gus Jones coming over from first. So obviously somebody's playing first. We'll see who that new first baseman is. I believe that's a 6, which would be Braden Baser. So Baser moves over from third to play first. And the new third baseman is Spivey, I believe, who started on the hill, went to short. Now at third, which means Aiden Scott has gone back to short after his pitching stint. Three 3-0 the count on Joyner. Outside with a pitch, he's given a walk. And that is the first Warrior walk of the game.
At number 4, Teague Broadhead.
And for the first time in the game, Coach for Davidson making a middle of the inning visit to the bump. With all the pitching changes coming in between innings, there's been no need to go out and chat with your pitcher. Plus, we haven't had a walk until now. So Jones will issue the walk. Couple of base runners on. And Teague Broadhead coming to the plate. Bayside would feel a lot more comfortable with a few more runs before going to the top of the 7th.
At bat, number 4, Teague Broadhead.
Teague Broadhead with a fly out to second. Ground into a 6-3 that drove in Wills Norton. He is 0 for 2 with an RBI. Tate Moore to the on-deck circle. A little bit high with the first pitch to Broadhead. 8-9-1 to the plate for Davidson when you get to the 7th. And we will see who we have in the 9 spot. I'm betting on Hughes. Hughes started there. Cowan came in and pitch hit. That is lined to Spivey at third and able to scamper back to the bag as Pitts. Well, that's one of those shots where you didn't have any time to think about it. Just react, and that's what Spivey did, bringing in the shot from Broadhead. One out for Tate Moore. Moore 1 for 2 in the game. Laid down a bunt that drove in Gatlin Pitts in the 4th. David Lilly on deck. It actually looks like there is a pinch hitter for Lilly. Here's the Gus Jones pitch on the outside part of the plate. One ball, one strike, one out, 2 on. That is fouled off towards first. It is Cole Dean who awaits his opportunity next on deck. Batting where Lilly was previously. 1 and 2 on Moore. And a shot towards short. Scott's only play at first because the runner was going. That will bring in a run. So Moore will wrap into the 6-3 that drives in his second RBI, third Bayside run of the game.
Number 6, Cole Dean.
All of that possible because Joyner was stealing. If he's not, then you got the probable double play. Cole Dean going after the first pitch and sending it foul. So Bayside adding at least another run. Got a runner in scoring position, Joyner. I'll make that in scoring position more. Nope, Dean. I'll get it right here in a moment. The putout was of Moore on the 6-3 that brought in the run. And it is Joyner who is standing at second.
3-0.
Weston Hanneman awaiting his chance next. Dean trying to give him that opportunity here in the bottom of the 6th. Portela, Hughes, and Scott in the top of the 7th. That is sent foul in the direction of right. So Dean has fouled it off to the left, fouled it off to the right. Now we'll try to put something in between.
You know what? Do your job. It's 3-0. I was wondering where you were. He's blowing the speakers on.
Here's the 0-2 pitch to Dean. It is shot towards left field. That will drop in as a base hit. Rounding third, coming in Joyner. It's a Dean single that brings in the 4th Bayside run.
Hey, let it get there. Let it travel.
At bat, number 8, Weston Hanneman.
Weston Hanneman to the plate. Hanneman 0 for 2 in the game. He struck out in the 3rd, flew out to right field in the 5th. And Bayside has scored their runs in pairs. 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th. And it's popped up on the infield. Scott will grab it at short. Hanneman flies out, leaving Dean on. But 2 more runs are in. We'll go to the 7th, with Davidson needing 4 to tie, 5 to take the lead.
Firm was started in 1958. When I started in the early 90s, this firm was already well established and was considered one of the top trial firms in the country. And in the history of this firm, we won over $26 billion in verdicts and settlements. Our success speaks for itself.
We head to the top of the 7th. Julian Portela will start at Trent Hughes and Aiden Scott. 2 up in the inning, 2. Got a new pitcher on the hill for Bayside. We have seen 10 different pitchers today. Davidson has used 6. Bayside now has used 4. Nathan Sadlock, relieving Jack Calloway, who worked an inning, faced 4. 1 strikeout, 1 walk, no hits, no runs. And Sadlock facing the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Davidson order. Trying to put the finishing touches on the 16th win of the year for the Admirals. And get ready for a huge weekend series with Orange Beach. Right off the shoelaces, first pitch snagged at first. And that is Cole Dean now playing first. Makes the grab of the Portela soft liner. 1 pitch, 1 away. Trent Hughes getting his second at-bat of the game. Cowan pitch hit for Hughes in the 4th. That is dropped into right field, base hit. Moore coming over to get it. Able to get in safely with a double is Trent Hughes. So a 1-out base hit sends us back to the top of the order. Aiden Scott, who walked and singled, struck out as well, coming to the plate. Hudson Spivey on deck. That is the 3rd Davidson base hit of the game. Got a base runner in second. In a 4-zip game, that would mean the tying run is in the hole here in the top of the 7th. The off-speed swung on and missed by Scott. And the count 0-2. Scott with a walk in the 1st, a single in the 3rd, stole a base in the 3rd as well. And struck out looking in the 5th. Sadlock's offering. Swing, miss, dropped. Throw down to 1st, gets the out, going to 3rd. Safely there is Hughes.
It's all good, Weston. Way looking back.
So you get the strikeout, get the out. Hughes does get to 3rd. And there's 2 gone for Hudson Spivey. And now Sadlock trying to keep the shutout intact. With a base runner 90 feet away. One 1-0 on Spivey, who was walked, popped out, and struck out. A couple of pitches missing to Spivey. Beck Piper is on deck. Strike delivered on the inside part of the plate. Two one pitch. And the count goes to 3-1. Spivey innings 1, 3, and 5. The walk, the fly out, and the strikeout. Walked with nobody gone in the first. Was the first out in the third inning and the second one in the fifth. Count runs full, 3-2. And Sandlock trying to finish it here. Here's the payoff pitch. And Spivey and Sandlock will duel it out again. Another pitch. Hughes is the first base runner to third for Davidson since the fourth inning when Jones got there. 3 runners at third in the game. Bush in the second, Jones in the fourth, and now Hughes here in the seventh. Payoff pitch. Got the inside part of the plate, and that puts it into this one. Couple of Sandlock strikeouts. And his last of 2 is the last out of the ball game. And Bayside will win it by a 4-zip margin and indeed keep that shutout in place. 16-5 go the Admirals with the win. Meanwhile, Davidson will drop to 8-14 as we take a look at your final numbers in this one. 4 hits for the Admirals, 4 runs. 2 came in the fourth, 2 came in the sixth. They will leave 3 on and commit a single error. Davidson, 3 hits, no runs. They left 8 on and commit 3 errors. And don't forget, follow us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Got stuff we'll be posting on Twitter in just a few. You know, like a little strikeout and like a Stoke strikeout and a Sandlock strikeout. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you on Friday in Orange Beach. For all the folks with Bayside, and of course, a huge thanks to Cunningham Bounds for making coverage possible. David, enjoy Montana. I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody. Oh, I appreciate it, man. Hey, we appreciate everything y'all do.
What can we do to help you?